Dosłownie to samo powiedziałem, zanim to przeczytałem, żeby nie było. Lepszy tryb DMZ. Nie, nikt nie jest ekstra... Buu! Dobra, walić wasz Urzikistan, no obejrzymy. Zobaczcie jak ta mapa będzie wyglądała, bo wiecie, każdy szczegół mapy będę widział też zombie. Cool. Ted jest z Raven Software, tylko jeden. A gdzie nasz kolegów? A, podejrzyjmy, posłuchajmy.
It's just a couple close friends dropping by, have a cup of tea, you know, do our thing.
I could actually go for a good cuppa now that I actually think about it.
We're in the right place. We'll offline.
Yeah, we definitely are. But yeah, we're really excited to have you and talk all things Warzone because I know everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They are, and we teased it a bit earlier. There's a new map coming to Warzone
Urzikistan.
later this year, I'm happy to say. But Ted, tell us where we're headed.
Ready? Welcome to Urzikistan.
Kto wiedział, kto wiedział? O nie, o nie, o nie.
The Middle East.
Okej, zobaczmy.
Here's Urzikistan.
This is it.
To się kamery, to się kameruje. Zobaczmy.
Hinting all day.
Power plant, Levin Resort,
A little bit for the last week.
District,
It's, of course,
Urzikistan,
got
Cargo, Old Town, Low Town.
POIs here.
Mało ta mapa się wydaje, nie?
Brand new map.
Może takie są dolne. Tak, chyba jo. Shiny Minor.
And you mentioned
Kamienie mam na
this is
dole.
where,
Zarvan Subers.
the Middle East
Zarvan City.
meets Europe a little bit.
Hadik Farms. Hadik.
And Urzikistan will of course be familiar
Taki pseudo Verdansk.
to many Modern Warfare players as a central
Zarvan
location
City.
From the campaign, of course, where Farah is from.
Yes. This is my first.
Ja pierniczę, trochę nawet Verdańska dużo w tym widać, nie?
Okay.
You got the huge construction
No nie,
site.
znowu się będą ludzie wkurzali, że ludzie duże budynki.
Carefully, you might see a zip line or two, which we'll talk about.
Oh,
Yeah,
little
zip
later.
line, you say.
I saw that, and that definitely
Line.
caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be in more lush
Fajnie, fajnie, że tej mapy też będę bardziej experience, tak jak miał, jak w DMZ z Almazra. Gdyby DMZ nie istniało, to bym w ogóle Almazra nie znał, nie? Bo nie gram w Warzone, co nie? A dzięki temu, że będzie to w Zombies, bo ja też poznam tą mapę, nie? Urzikistan. Cool. Na plus. Pop-off. To no dosłownie jakbym widział Quarry Motherfucker 2019 Verdansk. Warzone. Shiny Minor. Kawilla. Ty, jak Black Ops 4 ta mapa się nazywała, nie pamiętam jak.
Awesome interiors here. I've had some
Może
really
to co?
good this quarter.
Tylko że inaczej ma inne tekstury. Low Town. A jak favela. Favela tu jest. Old Town. Cool wygląda, naprawdę.
Yeah.
Szkoda, że jest taka szara. Almazra jest taka, wiecie, jasno.
Of course, we've got this
Jakbyście dali zombie na Almazrze, to panie.
architecture, sort
Trochę
of
szara ta mapka, to jedyny taki
touches
minus.
across the map here. And
Orów Military Bay. To będzie mapa w multiplayer w Grand War.
favorite, I love a military
Wojna
base
naziemna.
way back in Verdansk. You can find me at
Tu rakiety widzieliśmy, jak na terrorze leciały.
these bunkers.
Urzikistan Cargo, port.
Sticking out to me, looking at
Cool.
all of these different locations, is density. There's a lot in in between different buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was one of our focus
Yay.
points, and I love this vista shot of the map. But it was genuinely one of our focus.
Kurde, chcecie wyciszyć ten gameplay zombies,
A more
kod
dense map where
zombies,
it's
event,
rotation,
porcja, masakra.
the regain. There's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So
Yeah.
that is coming out.
Yeah, and we touch on. I think what's really interesting is you and I have talked. Warzone has been here for a number of years now. We've had a lot of opportunities to take those experiences.
Urzikistan.
It feels like you guys have really worked to apply those experiences.
WMAP. No ludzie widzę, że lubią mapę.
One of those things where when we start to talk
Content launch, map features, new gameplay, nowe mapy.
many years of Warzone,
Tu będę gadał o gameplayach, o contentu na premierę i o przyszłych mapach. Okej.
there's little bits of every map.
Chyba, że tu jeszcze Treyarch dodał na Twitterze.
At the same time,
Na temat zombies. Modfred Zombies jest przeznaczony dla fanów, którzy chcą grać w zombie w otwartym świecie. Łączą w sobie najlepsze elementy DMZ i Outbreak, tak jak ja to mówiłem. Nie opiera się to na tradycyjnych rundach, ale Treyarch twierdzi, że 3 różne strefy zagrożenia prowadzą się na poziomie trudności opartych na rundach.
You know he's gonna pop a few heads
Cool.
across the map too. So I mean, he's even trying to do it.
Kurde, Warzone grają?
They're warming up, but
Zero pierwszy gameplay Urzikistanu?
with,
Ja pierniczę. Tego się nie spodziewałem.
So I have faith.
Obejrzmy.
Always does. This is actually quite exciting to check out here, especially that, you know, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here. So I think Lupo does manage to get the better and just again.
Mamy urodzonika typowego.
Fluent, I think.
Trochę mówię, bardzo urodzonego przypomina. Ten tu pisze Wirtek. Wiatek?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kwiatek?
so tell us,
Lupo?
Warzone shares the same foundations of Modern Warfare 3. Raven worked really closely with Sledgehammer to
That's
make
awesome.
sure all of those gameplay features that we covered in multiplayer
100 ludzi na mapie, cool.
are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Ale szybszy będzie ten. Czy to będzie ten Warzone będzie... Wow, tam tu jeszcze jest większy, bo armor plus ogólne życie 150, wow. Razem 300 życia możesz mieć, co jest chore. Na Battle Royale, nie?
Yeah, and it again, it's the classic Call of Duty feel, right? You're obviously going to be getting that here, but to see
Czyżby urodzenika pogramy w tym roku, jako że będzie na MW3?
parity, I guess I'm thinking of just basically
Nie no, zombies będzie zajęty, ale kurde, jak będzie można.
is a way better word.
It's
Yeah.
experience with synergy across all of
Yeah.
Fajnie, czyli Warzone,
Synergy.
tak jakby będzie Warzone 3, bo Warzone 2, ten obecny będzie na Modern Warfare 3. Silniku, cool. To jest ogromny plus, jakby miał być znowu na MW2.
That has to be pretty awesome for you as well, having been involved.
No ale bierz tego Guardiana, używaj i wiesz tego. Możesz 2 wziąć, no właśnie.
To see like, hey, when
Ciekawe jak będzie z plecak, pewnie będzie tak samo jak zostało zmienione na Warzone 2.0. Odnowiony Verdańsk. No pseudo, się ma Mario, what's up?
that I can pick up in the map right now. I love the scope
I
on
co będzie po tym Code Mobile, ale już nie wiem czy mi się chce oglądać Code Mobile.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, this I expect a lot of people to use this today. Oh, there
Znowu będą tower camperzy, nie?
Okay, so the crane
Co
has
się
a
dzieje z
really
live streamem
long
jej?
center for you to get all
Kompa
the
jej wadliwego daj.
way
because it's such a good redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to redeploy. You know, you can go
Dałem bawię, że każdy z nich ma mój mikrofon, nie?
wherever you need to go.
So
Got
he's
me.
just equipped a Guardian. Guardian, we talked
Ooh,
about
jump shot.
I said I'd get. I said I'd
Ale
talk
trochę mu
about
zajęło, zanim
Battle
zginął.
Royale because I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today.
Kurde.
This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little bit more about how?
Gulag, nowy gulag! Gdzie to jest? To jest chyba poniżej Orłowa bazy, nie?
Critique that gameplay there,
Yeah.
but maybe
Gulag!
just maybe if he'd put it down,
Ooh.
that could have been the area of denial that he actually needed to win that encounter. So it's very much about
Czas na
being
gulasz.
pushed, or if you want to defend an area,
You are in gulag now.
down,
Fight or die.
save effectively.
Yeah. So again, it's not eliminating any.
Dawaj Lupo, wygrasz to! Ocalisz teammate'ów.
Yeah,
That it's having on players.
Co on tu ma? Honey Badger jakiś tutaj normalnie, ja pierniczę.
And is that a fully kitted out gun as well? That I'm
So
seeing?
this
Nie,
one
zero
is
zap.
actually just
Kurde, jaka celność na tym strafe modzie tym.
gulag is we've gone back to this 3-lane experience that we've
So
had.
this is
at
the
the
brand
SPRZİT.
new gulag.
Ooh.
Simplified. It's 3 lanes.
Lupo, zardzewiały mu
It's got a
skill.
little treat in the middle there that we didn't see. We might
Kolega
see
go kupi.
later. Tell us
Czego?
what we can expect.
So with this
gulag
group
today.
of players, they are so good at this game. So we'll have to see if
Kurde, Warzone grają 24/7 jak ja zombie.
but for anyone at home,
Czemu każdy spami DMZ na czacie, jak przecież mają DMZ zombies?
mechanic, this time around,
Kama, zagarnijcie się ludzie.
drops down from above,
Ah.
and you can ascend and get out.
So it's kind of like you know.
I zakładają, że to są hardcore, hardcore muszą się ogarnąć, o czym casuale nie wiedzą. I muszę dla nich robić film, ale hardcore, którzy oglądają stream, to powinni wiedzieć.
I'm all about that, baby. That makes me very, very.
Że widzieli przy chwilę DMZ zombies.
But as we continue to see these
Lepszą
players
wersję DMZ
run
po
around,
prostu.
actually, they're being hunted
Yeah, by a bounty.
currently, so we got a bounty up right now.
Czyli polowani są, ale ja nie
About
widzę.
the bounty that we've updated is when they complete the bounty, or should I say if they complete the bounty,
Yeah.
they'll actually get 1 UAV ping, which is a new mechanic that we've added for the bounty this time
Aha,
around.
ale to w DMZ dodali w przyszłym sezonie, panie, a nie w nowym tym. Też jak unikniesz huntu, czyli uciekniesz, nie upolują cię, to wtedy ty masz UAV. Jeden ping i wiesz, gdzie są przeciwnicy.
Big game bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit
Na
about
dwie strony działa, nie?
new?
Yeah, the big game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the 3rd year of Warzone, and it's something that this
Trzeci ryk Warzone, co on śpie?
really high skill player. I don't know why they love it because it effectively
Teraz czwarty będzie rok Warzone.
skilled player
for
in
content.
the game, but it's great for content.
Yeah.
It's got a great reward with the advanced UAV, so yeah, really happy.
Na content polowani.
For our hard work in
Oh,
game,
100%.
you know?
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not contract. I'm
Same
safe.
here. I'm good.
safe. Yeah.
I'm vibing, baby.
It marks the player with the most kills.
Most kills in the
Yeah.
map.
Tak, tak, kto ma najwięcej hajsu. To dobrze. Dobrze, niech polują tego, kto jest dobry, a nie na jakiegoś nuba, który zrespił się dopiero. Taki Makler Games nie gra Warzone, ma 100 zł tylko w portfelu i polują na niego, nie? Mają polować na graczy, właśnie tak jak tu powiedział. Na graczy, którzy mają dużo killów. Numer 1. I to jest prawidłowo. Bo taki gracz jest w stanie przetrwać, co nie? Bo jest dobry.
toiling around and
Więc jest pseudo-karane za bycie dobrym, ale to o to chodzi, bo przecież oni tak chcą sporo mieć killów, więc będą na niego polowali.
fresh and new. Is that like an objective for you guys with this map to make it feel just fresh, to make it feel
No
like
wiecie, ta energia, motywacja, jak ktoś na ciebie poluje, wie, że jesteś dobry, no bo jesteś numer jeden, jak masz najwięcej killi w Battle Royale. Jakaś tam z tego energia się generuje. Loadout czy smoke zwykły? Loadout! Buuuu! Buu loadout. Dobrze, że zombie nie będzie. Oby. To boty czy gracze? Gracze. Botów raczej nie będzie po całym płaczu na Almazrach. Na premierę były boty, musieli usuwać i usuwać i usuwali. Aż usunęli wszystkie. Po jednym. Dokładnie, to znaczy tych informacji nie mam, co on tu gada. Musi dobrze rotować. Nie jest zwykły Battle Royale, jest Warzone'owy. Cool. Panie, widzieliśmy to już od 3 lat, 4. Panie, grałeś w Oddbell? Przykładowo? Wertykalna, to spoko. Horyzontalna, wertykalna. Wszystkie są.
But also, you know, this group here, they're going to use them to push another team. Whereas for a lot of our players, they might use it to move away or evade a team. So it's
Ja użyję buciec.
I'm sure we'll have encounters where they meet each other.
Na środku. To spadnie, bo zginie, nie?
You could duel like an old British horse.
Dobra. 180. God tier.
We saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them across the water. I think in terms of getting across.
Ludzie znowu będą płakali jak nic, że duże budynki.
This map in terms of size, sort of what to expect for folks at home who aren't going to maybe get a sense of it from everybody today.
What we did was obviously we always look at like the latest maps, so we look at, you know, Caldera and Almazra. So it's closer.
Co zrobiło źle, a co zrobiło dobrze. To jest ważne, żeby patrzeć. Żeby mieć te info.
So it should feel like in terms of land space and mass, it should still feel very familiar.
And so when you say dense, we mean to less open spaces
more
between.
packed. Yeah.
No tak, mniej open spaces. Więcej coveru.
There are some wide open spots where snipers can have a great time, but there's so much like urban.
No, ile jest podziału i jakby wody, nie? Przez to. To nawet cool jest.
Wild locations, close quarters.
Like I mentioned, you know, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, the kind of like the rattier places. Again, we'll talk about some.
Szczurowe lokacje, to dla mnie.
It's it has the train line
Let's go.
straight through it.
Okay.
So you'll be in Low Town, maybe just like getting into it.
To mogę nie reanimuję.
And another team just comes steaming through, literally on the train, and potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And Old Town and Low Town, of course, are on that central landmass. And here's the train.
Speaking of
the train that stops in Old Town.
Moje EV.
yeah.
Tower.
Ted, tell us about
Wow, już więcej EV, cool. Na pociągu.
downstairs.
Co można normalnie zatrzymać, tak?
They saw the
Ale jaja. Salutujesz, jedziesz dalej.
on the caboose. So if anyone
Cool.
doesn't know, the rear
Ciekawe, czy w zombie będzie, nie?
the UAV tower, the buy station.
On
If
the
you
train.
push- on the
UAV
train.
Wow.
station on the train.
And if you push the
Na
driver's
stacji.
carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop.
Speed.
that these players will find out today is you're in the driver's carriage, you're driving, happy days, you know, you're the conductor, but if a team jumps on the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
Zatrzymasz się.
That's cool.
Czy masz z tyłu hamulec, może team ci się wwalić i zatrzymać cię.
No, the handbrake controls it.
Controls all of it.
So,
That's the
so you
massive
have to go
control.
back.
Czy musisz pilnować tyłu?
Like a decision you have to make.
Konduktor.
Put a body over there, have someone defend the handbrake, but then you might be running into a full squad. So there are going to be some decisions players are going to have to make with these with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I
Fajne, fajne. Czyli musimy kogoś z przodu i z tyłu.
and the train stopped, and we were like, "Hang on, we're here.
We're all here.
We're here."
Czyli ktoś zatrzymał pociąg.
One thing, yeah. So it's a great like realization moment.
Your detective work.
Yes. You're literally doing a head count.
Stay present. No,
Fajne, fajny experience będzie na pewno. Z pociągiem jeżdżącym BSP i wiadomo, stacja to jest dosyć... Jak jest w strefie, no to wiadomo, że będzie cool, nie? Jeździć sobie i zabijać.
They're just above Zaravan City, sort of in the old town.
Jaka amunicja jest w ogóle podzielona teraz, widzieliście? Na plecaku. Plecak jest większy actually chyba.
This has that kind of Al-Mazrah.
Chyba, żeby do znowu wartości plecaków, czego fajnie gdyby były.
And of course, fictionally, in the Great Modern Warfare universe,
MCV to ICRs.
there's a border with Al-Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore you are.
I am a lore head.
Yeah, I'm a lorehead too, so it makes me
Lorehead.
very happy to see another fellow lorehead.
When I watch these guys behind us, our awesome creators and community making the story, you know, making their content about the storyline and the narrative, I love it. I'm so excited. And Ted, you always say, you know, they're the storytellers, and you know, you guys are providing them with raw materials to create, and I
Yeah, we
love
refer to
that.
it as the
My tworzymy historię.
them to paint on. You know, it sounds corny, but those are the kind of things that we think about when we think about the types of
O, dalej gra Warzona.
gameplay.
Panie, to nie zombies.
Carefully,
Szkoda, że nie ma gameplay wczesnego, ale to jednak w sumie też dobrze.
we have
A tu sobie dowiedzieliśmy 1,5 minuty, nie?
show up on the mini.
No widzieliśmy sporo, widzieliśmy Wonderepon. Naprawdę bardzo dużo, żeby oczywiście wszystko na kanale, postaram się dzisiaj jeszcze. Jakoś przed 22:03.
How has that added?
No i teraz tylko czekać jeszcze miesiąc ponad. Ile? 35 dni?
Battle Royale.
Do zombies?
It's really
35 dni.
know where engagements are
A
happening.
jutro już beta, także cool.
Players
Pogramy trochę multiplayer.
avoid
Zarąbistego.
the area, or for other
W końcu.
players they wanna move. Did we get?
Dobra, gulasz.
I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
We love the money.
Money, money, money.
Much you get.
O, na środku jest kasa. No, że możesz wygrać, mieć kasę jeszcze.
I don't know if they're even gonna have an opportunity.
Ale bierz flagę. Ale ten time to kill naprawdę.
That was good.
Oh, so
That's good.
now that we
See the stress.
Yeah. She's like, yeah.
Now that we see the
Chica, chica.
and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there. What are some things that we should be expecting
out.
from Gulag, because that was different.
That was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got some video.
Here we go.
No.
This is the OG gulag. This is what we're going to be playing
Three lane.
most of the
Yep,
time
three
in
lane
the,
structure,
in the
yeah.
3 lanes. But Ted, for the first time, there might be some other gulags.
Yes.
O, inne gulagi?
right on cue, we'll see the
W nocy z Night Vision?
No way.
No, lasery będzie widać.
So this is something that can happen.
To nie celujesz, chodzisz i celujesz.
It's a chance of it happening. And we have several of these. And I almost don't want to
W
stop.
nocy gulag. To jest fajne, fajne. Czasem nas się zdarzy.
Like, and here's the ascender that we've already
Wow! Masz high granda, widzisz co się dzieje, ale jesteś też łatwo zabijalny, bo wiadomo, jesteś na lince, nie?
Off of it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
make a play
jump
as
on, yeah,
well.
make a play. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
No, możesz sporo podziałać, make a play. Uciec, schować się, wyskoczyć. O, widzę Medwest, czy będą te same, co były w tym.
You've got an underneath.
Teraz są. Medghost i tak dalej.
And then made it.
Spoko.
It's like a little Matrix
Yes.
moment there, you
Yeah,
know?
well,
You're shooting
And
down.
again, it goes back to the storytellers.
Yeah.
We want our players to tell the story here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mówię, bardziej werdańskowy wygląda, nie? No, w końcu Urzikistan, nie? Blisko bardzo jest Werdańska. Więc to ma sens. Racja.
Implementation of the public event
Yes.
into the gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. It may not be like that at
Jako nie fan Warzona, to wygląda cool.
Warzone alpha build, but we've got some exciting stuff planned.
And our streamers are. I
Dialed
think
in.
they're you know, there was a
Panie, nie mam czasu oglądać 40-minutowego meczu Warzone, come on.
in the venue.
They're
You
having a
could feel
good
the
time.
tension where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity.
Ile ma kasy? 5K, może kupić jednego ziomka.
The world in front of their creators. And it is great that these creators, you know, the passion and the time that they put into words, you know, has to feel rewarding for you being a part of a team that has built this system.
Yeah, I
right?
mean, at Raven, you know, we have to
Raven,
to
cool.
so many different player types.
Nie to co Infinite World. Infinite Turtle.
Yeah.
You've got these creators who play 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally, we know that we
Masakra, dziennie po 10 godzin Warzona. 70 godzin tygodniowo.
We always try and
Jak
find
nie
that
więcej.
sweet spot of our mechanics, where something like the train, anyone can jump on the train and have a fun time with the train.
Yeah.
But equally, we've made changes, for
I
example.
zatrzymać od razu.
Oh, here we go.
O kurde, ale hot drop. Bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam, bam. Down.
Now, hopefully
Reload.
around the throat. Oh,
Nie powinna go dobijać, po pierwsze.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Wyskoczyła.
I'm not sure that was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it.
Oh, okay.
That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
this
not
is-
worth
I'm out.
Oh man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean,
No, tyle tam ludzi będzie lądowało.
break there.
Masz BSP, stację, kurde.
Just cause
Jedziesz sobie.
Yeah.
for the map.
Beka, że z tyłu jest hamulec, nie? Pociągu, nie tam gdzie konduktor.
Probably a winner of our first match. So
Yeah,
hopefully we get the
I mean,
news.
they've come here to win. Right?
Yeah, we're jumping around between streams today, and hope you guys are obviously checking out your favorite creator streams
To jak na filmie będzie, nie? Z tym pociągiem.
next.
Really cool stuff. What else? I mean, like, should we be looking forward to here, right? Because I know, like, you guys are doing some creative things with, like, the contracts and different things like that to really get people in the game to move around, interact with it.
Zresztą to, że nie musimy to zmieniać, by zadowolnić graczy Warzone'a, bo to jest wciąż ten sam gameplay BR, nie? Battle Royale. Więc no.
Quality of life improvements.
Yes.
Dziwnie widzieć te same bronie, nie? Z poprzedniego roku, z tego roku jeszcze kończącego się obecnego Call of Duty, tak, roku. Ale to wiadomo, rok koda się kończy i zaczyna w listopadzie, co nie? No i widać też te wiadomo, no nowe bronie, tak? Z tegoroczne, co będą wychodziły. Więc no. Jak te bronie, powiedzmy, będą się porównywały do nowych, nie? Stare do nowych. Ale panie, dla mnie tam wiecie, DMZ Zombies, także no już wiecie, co tu będzie się oczywiście na kanale pojawiało. Zombies Forever, jak to zawsze mówiłem. Także no.
Yeah, carrying them forward. So everything that you've played and seen, like we've made over 100 quality of life improvements to the Warzone.
Fajnie, że bugi się wam nie przynoszą, tylko naprawy się wam przyniosą.
Warzone of the year ahead of us.
Warzone 3.
Yeah, and also you guys also were some of the movement as well, right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like
So
that, yeah.
across the board, like anywhere we could just tighten it up, and again working with Sledgehammer, we've taken that opportunity.
Yeah, I actually want to talk about that because I said earlier that.
No to będzie dziwne, tak jak był Warzone 3, nie? Bo na, mówię, nowej grze. Wiecie, Skalderu był na Warzone 1 wciąż, nie? Na tym samym silniku. Dopiero Almazra jak wyszła była na Modern Warfare 2. Po 3 latach, tak? Od Werdańska. No powiedzmy 2,5, nie? Bo w marcu wyszedł Warzone pierwszy, nie? W 2020.
Do you want to talk to us a little bit about, you know, how some of those perks
Nie, i radar. O, jeden ziomek jest. Na wieży. Bliżej. Właśnie, ja widziałem, ona nie widziała, lol.
We felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks.
Skoczył.
over the Warzone. Because again, it's a big map. We have
Cornel,
different
Square.
styles, different motivations. So
Different experience too.
my personal favorite.
O, nie mógł się doczekać Kamu Grind. On nosy powoli.
I'm adding that because I like it.
Code Nexy.
That is very much a
I
perk.
also.
Kamu Grind będzie świetny. O, mamy cię.
Not gonna go on the internet for several hours after this.
That's the beauty of
Oh
perks.
shit. Od razu atak.
Should
Mądre.
be variety. There should not be an optimized path. It should be that when you jump into the game, you don't know, you're going to be surprised.
Przywołem w takim lobby, nie każdy jest dobry. Więc wiecie o co chodzi. Każdy sobie czyta w myślach, jak to zagra.
When you get down,
To co zrobi.
you will
Bo każdy jest dobry w tym lobby, nie?
That adds a really new dimension to it. And equally, I think another one will be
Skąd? Aha, stamtąd.
which is when
Wow.
you get shot and you
Wow.
take a hit, you move faster to get out.
Przyklejona była.
Oh, that's cool. So good opportunities for, especially for
Ale trzy w jednym miejscu.
field, like a wide open field traversal, get shot,
Fajny znacznik.
get down.
Dobrze, jedna osoba na dół.
Your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's
That's
really
the
cool.
kind of variety that we're looking for.
Yeah, well, I will definitely run with the smoke bomb one because I know that is going to be me.
I'll run
No
the
smoke, kurde, ja też bym leciał ze smokiem. O nie, na jedynkę miała! Nie zabiła go. Tylko na jedynkę miała przestawioną.
Really cool, and it's almost like giving the
I dobili.
giving the players like as it's been
Raz go trafiła i tyle. Z pociągnęła, nic się nie stało.
be able to get really
Prisoner w Urzikistan.
how you want to approach.
Patrzmy jak tutaj taka scenka wygląda. No nie, pominę, bo co to ma być w ogóle, babo?
Agency, we
Ja tutaj te cool cinematic lubię oglądać, a ty mi pomijasz? Widać, że to Warzone gracz. Pominąłem mi scenkę, bo tego chciałem sobie zobaczyć. Nowa, wiecie, zawsze są nowe scenki, nie? Jak było w Cold Warze, troszkę w Vanguarda i tak dalej, co nie? Te scenki były inne.
is actually in a sense.
Got a Molotov out.
Players are
But
too
she's
good.
picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting to
Here we
see
go.
that.
1 second. The ropes come down. Grab it.
Ale beka i co? Linie spadają. Ach, ktoś podbiegł pod...
Well played.
Ktoś podbiegł pod linkę i ona zgarnęła linkę.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too, just gone
It was
straight
a
for
honey
the
pot.
rope.
It was like, oh honey, I'm like,
No, sposobował linkę.
Now she's got that cash.
A teraz kampiła.
She's got both
Cool.
of her. She's got one teammate
Yep.
down. She can go grab
You
them
can buy them
if
back.
they don't get it out of
I
the.
think
if
she's
she
trying
doesn't
to
get
go
out of
to
the gulag.
the. Oh, someone just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's
Oh,
the fight going.
here we see maybe somebody.
Yep, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the minimap as
Yep.
well. Oh, the
Wow, to jest cool. Na bijarze? Na bijarze jest klasyczna minimapa?
Any help here? I don't think she
Wow! To jest bardzo dobre.
Gulag.
Że jest kropka na minimapie. To jest już na Battle Royale, nie wiem, czy to jest dobre.
can get out there.
make a run to that.
Za dobre, nie?
Already doing a hard
No cool,
carry.
każdy wie gdzie jesteś, więc
She's just
wiesz gdzie się spodziewać. Więc wtedy tłumiki będą bardzo popularne, jeszcze bardziej popularne. Wiadomo, tracisz zasięg przede wszystkim zwykle. Zasięg obrażeń. No ale tłumik tak zawsze w Warzone to był must, taki pseudo. Nie, może nie must, ale wiecie. Popularna opcja, co nie? Mazul mieć silencer.
Yes, we will see colored
You
blues.
just saw it right there, like she picked up the blue AR. It's one of those things that when you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like what's that weapon, what's this item.
No tak, co jest lepsze, co jest gorsze. To ma 3 dodatki, to ma 5 dodatków, jest złote, nie? To jest, ma 4 dodatki, ma jeden mniej, jest fioletowy, więc widzisz co się dzieje, od razu możesz podnieść broń, która bardziej się opłaca, nieważne czy to jest karabin czy SMG, widzisz jakość broni, tak? To jest właśnie ważne, moim zdaniem czego w Warzone teraz 2 nie ma, nie? Więc czemu to znikło, a czemu było w Warzone 1 na Kalderze czy na Werdańsku? Czy na, wiadomo, o wyspie od rdzenia? Było i nie ma, nie? Znikła funkcja. A już jest, powraca.
So something that a lot of people in this
Zakładam, że tutaj to będzie jeszcze trwało około pół godziny i potem pewnie się przerzucą na Code Mobile, czego jest to ostatni ich powiedzmy pokaz. Ostatnia część tego live'a, tak? Ale wybrali perfekcyjną kolejność, nie? Multiplayer na początku, Zombies i Warzone, nie? No i na końcu Code Mobile, nie? Perfekcyjną kolejność wybrali moim zdaniem. Champion Quest. Tak, którego nigdy w życiu nie zrobię.
But no, Champions Quest, it's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that ability to nuke the map, the challenge of doing it is just unbelievable. So what we want to do for next year's Champions Quest is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing the Champions Quest.
Wow.
Only steal it once. Okay. So if you see, if you see a team is doing it,
Jeszcze bardziej przewolne.
be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
Tak jakby musisz 5 minut wygrywać. W swojej grze możesz mieć ktoś, kto wygra 5 gier, a robi tą 6. grę i w tej swojej 6. grze, który ty jesteś, możesz ukraść komuś ten kontrakt i zrobić sobie champion bez wygrywania 5 gier, nie? To jest jeszcze bardziej taka zagrożenie z ich strony, tak jak robisz nuka, no ale okazja dla ciebie, jak nie robisz ten nuka, ale jak chcesz zabić team i bo ten team będzie bardzo trudny do zabicia, bo będzie pro teamem. Scavenger Contract, Kulak, Thunder Win, Dragon Train Elimination. Challenge mają, tak? Do wygrania. Zrobienia, wtedy wygrywają nagrody. Okej. Cool. 3.
Of our items picked up here, so it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. Oh, we got
Scavenger
okay.
contract.
Scavenger.
We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we
Gulak.
got
Ascender.
the pistol
Win.
shot
For
on
some
the
reason in
back.
my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did.
Buyback on the Drive Train to easy, kupujesz kogoś.
We don't know. I need to see the highlights, so
Yes.
I'll be busy later.
Big Name Track.
Would be the first ever. It would
Yeah.
actually
Big Game
be the
Bounty
first
Contract.
ever. Oh, but there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat, for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Masz mi tutaj co powiedzą.
All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to.
Dalej Reagan.
Are we gonna drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop. It's gonna be an amazing experience. Like we're gonna be able to finish.
Przy okazji zginiecie.
using the train. Francis Borgia's gonna be out there.
Fajnie jak w zombie będzie, nie? Jak w zombie będzie to jest nieśmiertelny.
Alright, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles.
The freest.
But I did want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual, like, train, like, you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card.
Było przewalone kogoś rozjechać pociągiem na torach.
The train tracks.
Ktoś musiał być nubem. Wow. Możesz zdecydować train?
Oh, that my train, my precious train. I'll have to give it a cool name, but yeah, really fun. I mean, like we've seen change after change when it comes to Warzone over the years. This one sort of feels, again, like movement's back. Everyone's super excited about that. Guns look really fun.
Oby.
Increase in health.
I think
Fights feel a little longer, you know?
That's the big thing,
No.
right? It's the quality
Musisz trafiać swoje strzały.
presence that the game now has.
Ty, broniąc się, uciekający, masz większy czas reakcji. Zawsze jest na plusie.
Is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants, and I think that is just
Dokładnie, to jest najważniejsze, numer jeden. To co?
And
Pewność.
that's definitely coming across the screen. So for me, I think, you know, things like the red dots that we're seeing on the map. You know,
Wow! Powiedzieli o tym online, brawo! Bo jakoś Infinite Ward od 4 lat, od 2019 roku nie odpowiedziało na żaden z moich komentarzy, czy innych milionach graczy, którzy dali, gdzie jest Red Dot Minimap, gdzie jest to, gdzie jest martwa cisza. Wow, oni potrafią odpowiedzieć, ale Infinite Ward nie. Brawo, łapa dla nich, naprawdę. Online, na live. Może nie na darmo wszystkie firmy Maclera Games poszły o hejtowaniu Modern Warfare 2019, jak i Modern Warfare 2. Chociaż Modern Warfare 2 unikałem hejtu, no bo grałem DMZ, więc cool. Lepiej dla mnie.
Well, now when you get shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also
Co powiedział przed chwilą Macler?
with
No.
MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive.
Czemu ciągle tą samą Kamerkę oglądamy? Hello!
Aggressive and getting those 1v4 situations, you have the ability to do that, and it's all up to the player, which is great.
There is one more perk which wasn't brought up by Ted, but irradiated, which has got something
Radiated.
to do with how you interact with the gas. But more on that later. Ha ha ha. Like, plenty more.
Pewnie blocker radiation z DMZ.
We've seen different field upgrades. We've seen different, kill streaks. The Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's.
Halo, weźcie mi dajcie innego streamera. Nie chcę czegoś tego samego oglądać. Buu.
It's like a gigantic stun grenade.
Okej, widzę, że to sama stacja jest. Perki można osobno kupić. Cool. Ale fajnie, że wieś jest tylko Werdańska. Oni chcieli zrobić to, bo każdy kocha Werdański, chciał powrotu, nie? Więc pseudo zrobili. Urzikistan.
Especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about in Ali, looking across Warzone right now and the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and you know, a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it, the nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Urzikistan really does kind of give that reminiscence of Verdansk.
O, właśnie to powiedziałem. Ciągle mi, kurde, mówią to co ja, powiem pierwszy.
Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that like it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better and small changes are being made for quality
Nice.
of life. And like you said, this does feel
To jest top.
very reminiscent of Verdansk.
Aha, jeszcze 10 teamów zostało.
Great changes like the guns, the pumps, the
Do środka, do środka. Do środka było wbiec, tu są drzwi za tobą, kobieto. O właśnie, brawo. Wychylasz od razu. Masakra, to jest ludzi. Ej, się powybijało. A to LMG fajnie brzmi. To był ten pulemot, nie? MCE, a ma MR9. MCV. 4 perki. Wow, cool. Czyli cokolwiek macie, macie karabin, snajperkę, macie LMG, SMG, nieważne, jesteście w wodzie, macie pistolet zawsze. Czyli możecie zawsze walczyć. To jest cool. Fajna, quality of change life. Dajcie to w DMZ teraz, jutro, na update'cie. Jesteś w wodzie, masz zawsze pistolet i tyle, z głowy. Bo wtedy możesz walczyć. Gorzej jak ktoś ma lepszy pistolet, typu AF-taka, a ty masz pistolet zwykły, bo gra ci daje taki, nie?
Let's just get into the gunfight, and Better Man gets out of the gulag, and we also see that they have the rope, the ascender, where you can just jump on the rope and get on out. A couple different strategies you could employ, wait for the person to hop in the ascender and just shoot him as he tries to escape. But yeah, man, Warzone this year, it looks phenomenal. It feels like the answer to the call of the community. Everybody's just been wanting
No w końcu.
movement,
Czas najwyższy.
new perks, and being able to play it your own way. And I think a lot of the creators in here are having a blast getting into this new map.
It's just really fun as well to see different variants of the gulag, whether it's night operation one where you come in with an MVG.
No.
It's going to be that common. The idea that there's a cash gulag where there's money all over the place.
Czyli będą różne gulagi. Nocny z kasą.
but there is a massive
Jakaś różnorodność. Ciekawość, co będzie.
6.5K. That's insane. You can buy the team back. That's a game changer.
No ta 6K, kłamałem.
Changes the way Warzone plays. And we want a little bit of random. You don't want us to be that predictable. The one thing you do want to be predictable is how efficiently you can take down your opponents.
Yes.
And that's been so nice to see. Headshot indicators now, when you see you get a double X on the hit marker.
No.
Know your
Ile damage'a?
The limb damage has all been
Widziałem.
across the board, so you're going to get a much stronger and more, predictable feel of how my weapon performs, how
Swag, let's go, let's watch it.
and how I can employ that to the best of my ability and the best of the situation I'm in. It's just really nice, man.
Super
Lots of
Iwan
people
nie żyje.
guessing in a game like this.
And I think
Kurde, zajęło. Team wipe.
heads when they were talking about it was the evasion in this version of Warzone is going to be way better than before. We talked about that perk, but also the horizontal zip lines. I mean, that's massive. They've had big upgrades to quality of life in terms of trying to get in fights and evade over the last years. Like we had the PRD where you can go up and redeploy yourself and fly away. I think all those things are going to be coming back, but now you also have the ability to hop in these horizontal zip lines that
Ta broń się czuje bardzo stabilna, no. I SMG.
that maybe is pretty far out of the circle.
Kurde, i w akcji jesteś momentalnie, nie?
Strategically use those zip lines to get back towards circles. So I think that's something,
Patrzcie.
just piques
Co
my
CR, nie?
interest in the way that I like to play the game.
MCA się nazywa w tej grze.
For me, going back to small things like the gas mask, you can now put the gas mask on, toggle it with tear gas. I mean, there's
Changes a
ways
lot.
to make sure that you can survive. The survivability is so big. No more wafting in front of the face. The gas mask will go on, and you are able to evade enemies and try and counter things that are coming away, because that's all that Warzone's about, right? It's being aggressive, but also countering pushes that are happening from left, right, and center.
I think a big point is like the controlled chaos in Warzone. That was something that always really stood out to me. Is like it's really chaotic. You don't know where the gas is gonna be, where you land.
Kontrola
changes
chaosu.
a lot of the time. The loot that's on the ground is, pretty different.
Czyli tam, gdzie ja zawsze się gubię.
Very unpredictable in that sense, but there's those predictabilities of having a horizontal zip line now, like knowing about the rotations. It's those little small things that you can control. And something I
Szczegóły,
really,
a dają
enjoy is
wielkość.
the fact that I feel like obviously most people's goal early game is to get your loadout drop, right? But again, with the amount of loot, I feel like there's a lot more loot on the ground as we've been watching gameplay. But again, the gun quality of life, the attachments and stuff, maybe not try prioritizing the loadout so much as getting to a certain stronghold or getting somewhere else on the map.
We're seeing Swag here with the MCR, and that's a single attachment on the weapon, and he's looking fantastic with that thing already. A lot of players have been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever it's called these days. Talking about how auto-aim feels like it's been slightly reduced in this game. It's a little harder at certain ranges to land very, very accurate shots. That's really nice, man. I mean, that changes the way the game plays. More health, harder to shoot, the better.
Stronghold, tak? Wzięli. Twierdza jest na mapie.
Going to be a decent skill gap, obviously, right? And I think that's phenomenal.
Contra.
Like you said, we're watching Swag here. These are the guys that we're going to be learning from. These creators that are in here figuring things out, what's going to be the meta, what people are using. And right now, he's rocking that MCR, and he is beaming. You said he only has one attachment on here. Gonna get knocked, but I mean, that thing is
a
laser. I mean, he was beaming, though.
He was beaming indeed, and you see him get knocked down.
Wow.
Might do here as well. His teammates.
180 bywalne.
But I will say, when you are down, you do also have extra health now as well. There has not only just been health.
To jest spoko, bo wtedy zniechęca graczy na dobijanie, z czego dobrze, bo chodzi o to, żeby zabijać kolejnego. Tak. Przestań mnie wykańczać, walcz dalej z innymi. Zobaczcie, reanimuj. Czy jeszcze bardziej opowiadam może dobijania. Trochę niedobrze.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
Blake's gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
There it is. TST. You can't ever doubt Blake. Come on.
Ładnie.
Still, 10 bullets still.
Ile mu zostało życia?
Damage there. So you see
Oh,
like full
nie
plates when it comes to, like the amount of health and lot, as you said, when you go down,
To był dobry snapshot.
of downing an opponent in Warzone, I took a sniper.
26 miejsce. To ile to było teamów? 26, a to były 3, aha, bo to były trójki, tak? Nie czwórki.
I would love to see any, I mean,
Kumam.
something that-
Tak wygląda menu, Urzikistan Battle Royale, Trios, to będzie oczywiście na MW3, nie na MW2. Ale nie musicie oczywiście mieć MW, wiadomo, gry całe, bo Warzone będzie za darmo, tak? Nie musicie kupować gry, obviously.
I need it to be.
Więc to trochę będzie dziwnie zrobione.
Just running around.
Ale chyba będzie w oddzielnej aplikacji, no bo musi być.
Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the
Aplikacji w MW3.
Old and Newtown, I think is what it was called. They look
It's a night vision
absolutely
gulag.
fantastic.
Night Vision.
Tonight.
Oh,
He's
oh, oh, he's
O, z góry smoki.
Ciao, peace.
Wow! I ucieka. Czyli jak walniesz ziplane na góry, to uciekasz. Chyba, że ktoś cię zdejmie, nie? Dobre to jest, linka to jest tak jakby ucieczka. Fajne, fajne. Podoba mi się to. Takie randomowe gułagi są, nie? No, masakra. No, Verdansk. Tyle budynków. Takiej jednej miejscówce. To jest ten Low Town? Low Town? Czy... To jest ten duży town, nie? Big Town. A, Big Town. Ale wciąż jest mniej wieżowców, ale są. No, będzie snajpienie. No właśnie, powiedziałem to.
There's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Allie? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent amount of those placed around the map as well.
No,
We saw one
fajnie,
on the
fajnie.
screen right behind them, and you know, obviously rooftops. There's some campers who like to sit up there, but there's
Ty bierzesz linkę i
there
elo.
and take them out now pretty nicely.
No.
Yeah, and the drones as well. You can also get a drone in the sky and
Bomb, drone i boom, nie?
line right up there and try
No,
and go
musi być counter do
try
wszystkiego.
and counter a little bit yourself or fly away and evade, which is probably what I would be doing.
So we're still within the TCL Power Hour, looking to see if any more of those sort of the bingo card moments happen. Haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone elimination out,
Breacher.
which is actually crazy because it's, I mean, from our experience, especially multiplayer, very easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing and messing with movement. I came in and remember through the
Pokaż tą snajpę.
like that thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
that was me.
Striker ma, moje ulubione SMG i Modern Warfare.
Part of that obliterated squad.
O kurde, minigana ma?
So somebody has to get a guardian kill.
Kogo ma minigana?
Yeah, like an opponent who's affected by the guard.
Jaggera nabił?
Oh, it does look like this might be a Juggernaut suit.
A, Juggernaut suit.
We are miniguns
It
about
looks
it.
like
He's moving.
Strik.
Boy, schmoving. I told you, you'll be schmoving like you've never schmoved
Z Jaggerem tak szybko?
in this game. Everyone's very, you know, nimble on their feet, a lot of twinkle toes, and you can even dress for the occasion and put on even slicker shoes to improve movement. Improve
O,
speed,
zlagowało coś
stray
się u nich.
speed, how quiet you are, you name it. Dress for the occasion, COD fans. It's time to dress up and have a good time.
Certainly is indeed. I gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just in terms of just the style. You know, we heard actually Ted talk about the way that it looks, and it's all kind of part of a bigger picture, looking a little bit like Al
O, jaki crazy będzie play, jak tu wskoczy. O, nie wskoczy. Wtedy, bo nie mógł wskoczyć. Cofali go.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh, we want to go back to Verdansk. Well, you're close enough. Urzikistan is the country where Verdansk was.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man, are we back? Yeah, we're back.
Co, nie wiedzą tego? Chyba nie grają w kodach, tego nie wiedzą.
I read all the signs,
Headlore.
I read the bits of paper. I love all this. I really do, mate.
You know
Yeah,
what else
też
is
lubię.
interesting? Obviously, like the perks.
O kurde.
You have your gear and your vest. You're gonna be able to find the boots in Warzone, obviously as well, and that is gonna shake things up, right? Because that
Nikt nie może słyszeć.
obviously in the multiplayer and the arena gameplay is gonna be different, but in Warzone, I mean, you have
Buty
a lot
sneakersy.
of different like areas that you have to traverse where that slide can come into play. So I think that that's gonna be really interesting when these guys get their hands on it.
As well as the climbing boots. We haven't actually seen too much.
No,
of that.
różne
What it
typy
does
butów.
essentially is it speeds up your mantle ability, and you
Szybkość,
really do
prędkość sprintu.
Peter Parker will be climbing the side
Kozak.
of some of those buildings.
Może być cichy, wolniejszy czy szybki?
I share the
Ale
same
głośny.
last name as him. Does that mean I am also Spider-Man?
Ever been bit by a spider?
Possibly?
Well,
Maybe you're my...
I think we would know by now, Ellie.
I also... Okay, beyond that, I wanted to point out the fact that who we were watching, they just did that play that we were talking about earlier, using the zip line to push the
przerąbane
team,
ma.
while another one kind of like just looks over the rest of the teammates making that push. So nice.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very nice indeed. Well, that's a nice taste of Warzone. I mean, it's been very cool, very, very exciting. But that's going to be it for the fireside chat for now. It's
To
back
tyle?
to the desk, the golden one, Stephanie.
Tyle.
Thank you so much for that. And yeah, always great to hear, you know, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports talking about a brand new Call of Duty game.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
But yeah, and there's still so much more to talk about.
Kurde, już to
before
trwa.
it gets that.
3 godziny.
So much.
To długo.
We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We got an Ascender overtime
That was cool.
win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We've been waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man.
delivered.
The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to
I
happen.
had my bingo card at the ready. Ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet. So,
Wild.
it's very exciting.
Overtime mechanic, co, boty się respią?
Happy to say,
Nie mam pojęcia.
Ted, correct me if I'm wrong. 4 different Gulags.
Yes. With
Tery
some
dziwne.
emphases. So
With more to come.
we want to make sure that this is an evolutionary part of Warzone. There's great ideas coming from everyone on the team because they're playing with the public event system, being like, oh, but we could do this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because
No zawsze coś... Refresh zawsze jest ważny.
oh, we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here, and
If circle.
you know, one of the things that the chat was talking about, you know, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important, and a lot of the hardcore players care about those things. We actually saw it right there, right on cue.
Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about the way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite of the team and mine. Like we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack experience to be like.
Pokaż mi ten plecak.
Warzone, and we did like the deepest dive, like literally 3 days. And just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we've got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about like one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to.
Tak w DMZ mnie tak wkurza.
We should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots. So you can
Nice.
carry, like, you know,
Czyli ammo idzie do plecaka specjalnego. Ma 4 osobne sloty.
ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got any sniper ammo? And you're like, oh, sure, I've got some, and you can drop it for them. And like, we just wanted to bring that back. And
You put me out of a job there, man.
but we kept the backpack because for us the backpack opens
No jest
up
chyba jest dla
so many
plecaka.
opportunities, like
4 miejsca to jest dużo, bo możesz mieć 200 do AR, do SMG, do bez snajpy, tam ile trzeba w jednym slocie, 50.
years since we had one.
No
I
spoko.
think a lot of people are going to be very happy about that. Just because.
Albo 4 sloty po, wiadomo, 200, nie? 800 ammo. Specjalne miejsce właśnie na ammo. Tak jak Blackout miał. To jest Blackout idea. Blackout miał specjalne miejsce na ammo. Każdy typ mogłeś mieć amunicji. Tym, że mogę zbierać wszystko do maksa. Jeśli chodzi o amunicję. Nie zajęło ci miejsca w plecaku. Ja zawsze podnosiłem wszelki typ ammo, bo nie wiem, czy podczas meczu będę musiał zmienić bronię, tak? Jak robiłem właśnie w Blackoutie. Każdy tak robił raczej, bo mogłeś podnosić amunicję zawsze.
It's the little things. I think when people get hands on of this year of Warzone, I hope that they just love like everything, like the whole package that we're bringing.
No mamy 4 sloty tam, czy 5, tak? Na ammo. Spoko. To w ogóle top 3 sytuacja, kurde. 8 ludzi. 7 ludzi.
We're hyped for the new map. But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect.
Plunder na Urzikistanie?
Launches.
Rebirth Island?
They're going to get the brand new big map experience. Of Urzikistan. Alongside it, we'll have Vondel.
Wondel.
We'll both have Resurgence, and we'll also have Plunder. Because we know.
Nice.
There is that.
Ale na Urzykistanie?
I always lose, but I love it.
Ja tam Plunder mistrz jestem. Panie, ile gier wygranych na MW2. Czy będziemy mieli Wondel i Yashiken? Chyba na MW3, czyli na Warzone 3 można powiedzieć pseudo? Plus Plunder. Fajnie, ja lubię Plunder.
We've got so many different players.
Tak, dla casuali takich jak ja.
Reasons. It was like,
Też panie, tu zombie będę, więc nie będę miał czasu na granie Warzone. Ale jak będę miał, to będę na Plunder. Chociaż tutaj też to świetnie wygląda. Niezbyt to jest moja część herbaty, ale wciąż. Jak jest lepsze, czemu nie? Przecież to jest duży skill gap, bo jak gracze będą ogarnieni, a ja nie, to wiadomo, że będę nubem, więc nie będzie miał zbyt dużo fanu. Muszę dużo grać w to. A jeszcze będę miał multi do roboty, więc come on, weź mnie czas na wszystko, nie? O nie, to jeszcze bardziej nie dla mnie. Warzone Ranked.
had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has just been incredible. It's been such a great experience to see people jump in. Of course. And we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe, let everything breathe,
all the
right?
systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring a brand new ranked
Aha, czyli w 2024 na początku roku, czy jakoś po nowym roku, w styczniu, w lutym, to będzie później, będzie ranked play. Pewnie później, bo przecież do multi wychodzi ranked play w styczniu jakoś. Powiedzieli, że na pierwszy sezon Reloaded. Więc nie wiem, w sezonie drugim, trzecim będzie ranked play do Warzone'a. A ty co zainteresowani są? Chwila w ogóle jest chwila. W ogóle fajny ten stadium. Trochę jak z Warzona. Albo jak z Wondel. Dalek, kurde, ciśnie tutaj.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm iridescent, so I don't have to.
Uuu. Ale ile walka trwała, nie? Ile walka trwała, to jest fajne. Fajnie to widzieć. Celność w każdej sekundzie była ważna. Dręcza rzucił. Dobrze, wyżej yellow. Ma SMG, nie? A to jest super, używać karabin. Raszują go. Ale masakra z 2 osobami walczy na takim wysokim time to killu. No i Zibater, to pozamiatane ma. To Warzoniaczka jest taka mocna.
And I'm getting a good taste of it here. I think
vibes here.
I referenced your vibes on the broadcast earlier. I don't know if you did it.
Didn't
I said
it?
it. I
Amazing.
said, oh,
Back in the gulag.
Back in the
It's
gulag.
locked and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment,
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
not locked and loaded.
Jeden, no.
Face. It's one of my favorites.
O, kasa.
So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG,
Rozwalane armorki.
Full armor.
which
So
is
it's
great for regan.
Spuszował go.
1v1, you keep the weapon,
Wygrał to.
Go back into the
armor
map with it.
after you win the gulag.
Nie spodziewał się, że wygra, nie?
When you win. Steph.
When you, yeah. Okay, yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
That is
To the
awesome
gulag.
stuff. But I also, you know, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like there's just one more thing.
There's always one more
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this.
Code
There has
Mobile.
to be one more thing.
There's always one
Czy do Warzona?
thing.
What do we have?
I am excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity. And
Co tam gotujesz?
Raven and
Kevin.
the whole Warzone team. And
Czekaj, Coming 2024, co to jest?
goal is to make 2024
Yes.
the best year of Warzone.
Nie mogę, nie da się tego rozczytać.
It's like, how do we deliver that?
Pas,
Like,
Perez.
so I'm
We're delivering it to them in an encrypted
Fortune's
message.
Keep!
It's
next
true.
year we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the reserves map rotation. It's back.
I odrodzenie.
Back. Fortune's Keep
I
will
Wyspa Odrodzenia.
return in early
Rebirth Island.
2024, but that's not it, Ted. I see something else hiding here.
Rebirth Island.
The best part of this, by the way, is no one here knows. Okay.
Okay.
So the one more thing
What?
that wasn't enough. We have Rebirth Island.
Wow.
Wow, 5 map.
Island. Back.
Wondel,
in Call of Duty
Ashika,
Resurgence
Urzikistan, Rebirth Island
coming
i Fortune Keep.
later. After
Mapy, które były mało używane, Fortune Keep przede wszystkim.
So early next
2024.
year,
Wow.
Fortune's Keep, just following will have
24.
Island, and I'd love to just give such a big shout
Czyli
out
pierw
to our partners
Fortune Keep, a potem
studios
w kolejnym pewnie sezonie Rebirth Island. Nie wiem, załóżmy w 4. sezonie.
to those guys.
I am hype. I think the community is hype. We know they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth.
Najlepsza mapa, no nie? Na Warzone.
Rebirth Island.
Według
We're
urodzeniaczy.
gonna hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
over the moon. That seems
It's
exciting.
a mic drop.
Yeah,
I
no, it
just
really
can't drop
is.
the headset.
I
you
know.
know?
You can't drop the mic.
Mic drop.
A few more things to do, but oh wow. Well, firstly, you know, I want to thank you for
Dowalili.
that. But first, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay. So
Nope.
Still at 3.
We're still at 3. Wait, 4.
Ktoś zrobił.
Okay.
The buyback on the
the
drivable
buyback on
train.
the train. There is, of course, the buy station on the train, almost like that movable POI.
I'm shocked
So
we didn't get a
tangible.
breacher drone eliminated. That just seemed like a gimme.
gimme.
you
Yeah,
know?
it really did.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like someone would hear
Yeah.
it.
No.
But you know what? It's all new gameplay. This is the first time
They're all
everybody's seeing
discovering
this
it for
in
the
room.
first time.
They're learning it for this first time, and so are the folks at home, and so more
Yeah.
to come.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we want to thank you all for playing along. And as a reminder, for each
To chyba na tyle, jeśli chodzi o Warzone.
TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what I counted 4. I think it was 4
There was
spots.
4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there, and that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags #CodNext.
Dobra, my w tych nagrodach tutaj w tym udziału tych nagród nie bierzemy. Ale moi drodzy, co było komentarze, jeśli chodzi o Warzone? Warzone, multiplayer, jak i zombie z DMZ, zarobiście wszystko umówione. Został kod mobile, który mnie średnio najmniej chyba interesuje. No wiadomo, zombie jest na pierwszym miejscu jak zwykle, multiplayer. Warzone na trzecim i jak już miałem jakikolwiek miejsce z tego fan, co nie? Zewsząd z każdej kategorii zabrać fan, to mnie kompletnie nie interesuje, tak, że nie zagram w niego, a wiem, że na przykład Warzone doknę, co nie? Doknę liznę. Tak czy inaczej, to chyba na tyle.
talk about it. So thank you for sharing that.
No coś jeszcze będzie, raczej chyba już tutaj nie.
Raven software, every studio that's been contributing this year, we're one big family, and just this is the greatest.
Event udany, powiem tak, event udany, zaliczony za udany.
Grateful for you as well.
Bardzo udany. Zombie szczególnie dużo widzieliśmy, dużo się dowiedzieliśmy. Ja muszę doczekać, no będę w multiplayer teraz. Najbliższe co będziemy grali, multiplayer, także no. Dobra, także dzięki i co? Do usłyszenia w kolejnych, mam nadzieję, filmach informacyjnych. Także na razie, Machler out.